Now we're going to graph the piecewise function shown here. The first part of the function, we have our rule or our equation, and in the second part, we have our range values along the x-axis. So let's look at our first equation, negative 1/2 x plus 3, if x is less than negative 4. We'll start with our range, and we'll go to negative 4 on our graph, and realize that this part of the function will take place from negative 4 onto negative infinity. So we'll use negative 4 as our value of x and plug it into our equation, negative 1/2 times negative 4 plus 3. And that will give us 5. So the point on the graph will be negative 4, 5. So we'll plot that point. Actually, we'll plot that with an open circle because it is less than negative 4. And because it has a slope of negative 1/2, we will go up one to the left one, up one to the left one, and so on. And then we can graph that here. Now if we take a look at our second equation, f of x equals 5 between negative 4 and 1. So that'll take place in this part of the graph. And since we know when we have a line y equals 5, any value of x, we will still have 5 as our y. So all of these lines across here up until 1 will be points on that line in that piece of the graph. Now at negative 4, we're going to fill in the circle because it's less than or equal to negative 4. And then at the 1, it's also a colored in circle because x is less than or equal to 1. Okay, for our next equation, negative x minus 3, if x is between 1 and 4, we'll go between 1 and 4 on our x-axis, so we'll fall between that piece of the graph. And we're going to use these two values for x, 1 and 4, to see what our y value will be at that point of the graph. So the first one will be negative 1 minus 3, which would be negative 4. And the other one, when we plug in 4, will be negative 4 minus 3, which equals negative 7. So that means our first ordered pair would be 1 negative 4, and 4 negative 7. So when we plot 1 negative 4 down here, it will be an open circle because it's less than 1. And then when we plot 4 negative 7, it will be down here, and it will also be an open circle because it's just the less than sign without the equals. And then we will connect these two pieces of the graph. Okay, the last part of our graph that we're going to plot is x minus 8 if x is greater than 4. So let's plug in 4. So 4 minus 8 equals negative 4. So at 4, negative 4, our first value will fall. So that will put us right here on the graph, and it will be an open circle because it's just x is greater than 4. And then now we know that it'll continue on to positive infinity. So we'll just pick any number along the x-axis here. So I'm going to pick 6. So if I plug in 6, 6 minus 8 equals negative 2. I know that 6 negative 2 is also on that line. So 6 negative 2 would be right here. And now I can connect and continue up. Another thing I could do is do a slope of 1 over 1, 1 over 1, and plot my points. That's also another option, so you can either plug in a point or you can just graph it using the formula.